This painting was an inspiration from a photograph that I took while I was out on one of my walks. I am now in the process of putting the finishing touches on it. It started out as a blank canvas. Actually, it was a canvas that I had painted something else on, and then I didn't want to finish it. I wasn't feeling it. So I gessoed it and then started something new, which the inspiration came from a photo that I had taken. And sometimes a painting begins from a photo in this case, but it's often like taking a breath and seeing something. Um, the shape of things, a rush of color, and usually identifying uh, something that appeals to you, but at the same point, realizing that you don't really know where this path is going to go. In the beginning, things went quite quickly. Most canvases being blank, there's a rush to get the color down, putting something across the canvas, letting instinct lead you in a way, not thinking too much about it. And what I did really was apply a background of greens, some blues, some grays, and wanting the whiteness of the flowers to really come to life with that background in place. But letting instinct lead you is a relaxing way, not thinking about it, and then something feels a little bit like you're chasing it, pursuing a kind of idea or a feeling. It's like just a twinkle of something that you can't quite put your finger on. It's definitely a possibility, and if you let it, it feels like a certain type of abandonment, letting go of anything that's holding you back and feeling that there's a whole sense of possibility. At some point, I let it go before it was finished. I put it on the easel and I let it sit there like you would a painting on a wall, but it wasn't finished. And I'd walk past it every day. Sometimes I would stand and just look at it and think about it. It wasn't stressful, it was just a process. That went on for a few weeks. And then as the days passed, the pace changed as well, and my energy softened into something more deliberate, quieter, and I just started to listen. I took the time to think and see how one shade was leading into another, looking for the shadows and searching for a certain balance and trying to understand what was left unsaid. The process was becoming a sanctuary. And I sensed that light was searching for an escape through this thing. And that light in this painting comes from the brightness of the petals on the flowers. And that struck a chord with me because it felt that um, I I was following the instincts, but sitting and just placing the paint, mixing the color. The time drifts away like some tiny things. The air smells faintly of the paint, and the only sound I'm concentrating on is the soft scrape of the bristles against the textured weave of the canvas. Outside things are still moving fast, but here time is slowed down. This is where this meditative nature of painting finds me. It's less about control and more about surrendering to the process. I'm not forcing anything, I'm allowing it to come out. Each stroke feels like a breath, and each pause feels a little bit like a heartbeat. I feel the paint thickness. I loosen it up if I have to, and I watch the way it catches the light on the palette and on the canvas. Is it what is expected, or do I need to change that? There's a quietness to this whole thing, but you have to be still enough to listen to it. The thoughts of yesterday are gone. I don't think about tomorrow. There's only this moment. It's not work now, but meditation. It's like a conversation without speaking. And then at some point, it's slowly happening. It's a certain soft knowing that I'm getting to where I expect it to be. I'm not asking for anything more, but I'm letting go and following something that's now guiding me. There's a certain stillness in this whole process. And at some point, you realize that it's not really mine anymore. And I just am thoughtful with the process. If I have to take a break, I get up, I walk around, I go wash my brushes slowly, and I keep that stillness and softness quiet for a while, knowing that I'm going to go back and provide more time for myself. At the end of this video, the final project is there. If you stay to the end, you'll see it. But I'm at the point where I can stand up and walk around. Tomorrow I may begin again, but for now, I feel that I just need to take a break and remind myself that creating something is not only about making, but about listening and knowing exactly when to let go.